All right. So, of course, the interview for which you've all been waiting, we're very excited to welcome former Governor Mitt Romney onto the show. And I have to say, Governor, first of all, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Morning, y'all.
We really worked to get you on the show, and I understand you've been displeased with me because I have said previously that I was for anybody but a non-Rom.
I feel relaxed. I'm here with you.
So I understand that you were in St. Louis the other day. In fact, you were about maybe 15 minutes away from our radio station where you could have dropped in and said hello. How do you like St. Louis? We're having great weather right now.
This place always has a special feeling in my heart because when I grew up, I was thinking about Davy Crockett. Remember the song, Born on a Mountaintop in Tennessee, greenest state in the land of the free, raised in the woods so he knew every tree, and he killed himself a bear when he was only 3.
So, Governor, what did you have to eat while you were in St. Louis? You know, we're really famous for our barbecue and our Emo's pizza and our toasted ravioli. What did you have to eat while you were here?
I got started right this morning with a biscuit and some cheesy grits, I'll tell you.
So, Governor, the question everybody's wondering, are you going to go see the remake of 21 Jump Street?
Well, I'm sure you've never heard of it, but my favorite movie is one called Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Absolutely hilarious movie, and I've seen it at least a dozen times. My boys and I know a lot of the lines by heart and use them on regular occasions, so it's a great flick.
Governor, what is your plan for getting the economy back on track?
Got a lot of good friends. The owner of the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets, both owners are friends of mine.
So, Governor, you've received a lot of criticism for how you approached healthcare in Massachusetts. What is your plan to get rid of Obamacare nationally? And you had also talked about getting rid of Planned Parenthood as well.
Drive a Mustang. I love cars. I love American cars.
Governor, so how do you feel that you performed in the South last Tuesday?
Well, I'm sorry. They have to go back and look at some other states that actually are kind of important. Let's say Florida, for instance, where I won, and Michigan, and Ohio, and Nevada, and New Hampshire. The list goes on.
Should Newt Gingrich get out of the race at this point?
If you look at the math of how many delegates he'd have to win to become the nominee, it's a very difficult road for him, and so at this stage he's looking for some way to try and gain ground. I understand that, but I would hope that you'd use truth as one of the pillars of your strategy, as opposed to trying to come up with one attack after the other that frankly has been determined by those who take a careful look from the outside to be inaccurate.
Now, Governor, one of the things that one of your primary opponents had discussed, Newt Gingrich, was about going to the moon colonization. Should we go to the moon?
Trees are the right height. I like seeing the lakes. I love the lakes.
Governor, what do you think of the Rebecca Black song, It's Friday? Kevin wanted me to ask you this very important question.
Well, I listen to a good deal of country. My favorite genre of music, if you will, is going back to the 1950s, 1960s. That was a time when I was a teenager, and, I love the Beatles and Roy Orbison and the Eagles.
So, Governor, how much time do you spend on your hair each day?
I made a lot of money. I've been very successful. I'm not going to apologize for that.
Now, Governor, a lot of people like to call you Mittens. And in fact, a lot of people said that one of the reasons you won Michigan was because it was, in fact, shaped like a mitten. We actually think it was shaped like a claw, but we digress. How do you feel about your nickname, Mittens?
I know the DNC tries to push this out, and they get it on the mainstream media networks, and that's where you guys see it, and everybody laughs about it, because in this country, we want someone who can help other people become successful. This is a nation which is not going to choose our president based on these little innuendos and personal attacks. We're going to choose a president based on keeping America safe, keeping Iran from having a nuclear weapon, restoring freedom in this country.
Thank you so much, Governor, for coming onto the show. We really appreciate your time. Don't be a stranger. See, we can still be friends. Thanks so much.
Morning, y'all.